Just try it straight into the wall and see what happens. Because I don't see any light on here, which I think. But yes, yes. You didn't sing anything, right? No. Samsaradava Ādi-līlā loka Tranaya karunya ganaganatvam Praptasya kalyana gunanavasya Bande Guru Shri Charanaravindam Roshi Mahaprabhu Caitanya-caritāmṛta Gita Varitra Maryan Manasora Mahaprabhu Romanchakam Pazutarangavado Bande Guru Shri Charanaravindam Bande Guru Shri Charanaravindam Shri Vigrahara Garatan mandira majanaro Garatan mandira majanaro Yuktasya bhaktam shanyam jatopi Bande Guru Shri Charanaravindam Sorry, Pandita, I didn't mean it to be drama. Chaturvidha, Shri Bhagavad Prasado, Saftana Triptam, Hari Bhakta Sangam. Tripaiva Tripaim Bhajato Sadaiva. Bande Guru Shri Charanaravindam Bande Guru In my left drawer of the desk there's a red cloth bag, just bring the whole bag and the lamp here. Śrīdhar Madhusūdan Mahārāja Tikshana Svadhana Lolupasya Bande Guru Shri Charanaravindam Nikunja Yuno Ratikali Sedya Yayali Viryo Pekshaniya Sridhaksa Dati Vallabhasya Bande Guru Shri Charanaravindam Sakshatharitena samasta shastren Muktastadha bhavyatareva sadvi Kintu pravorya priya Devatasya Vande Guru Shri Charanarvindam Yasya Prashadat Bhagavat Prasado Yasya Prasadana Nagati Katopi Dhayam Stuvam Stasya Yasastri Sandhyam Vande Guru Shri Charanarvindam Vande Guru Shri Charanarvindam Vande Guru Shri Charanarvindam Jaya Jaya Gurudev 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev Jaya Jaya Gurudev 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev Shri Krishna Caitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Shri Krishna Caitanya Prabhu Nityananda Advaita Gadadhara Srivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda So today we can sing Harinama Mahamantra Sarva Mantra Sar, the chief of all mantras. But first I'm going to read verse 11. So Harinama Maha, I don't know the page, it's a different book.
23.
But I'll read you the English poetry of the last verse.
What did you say, Maharaj? Sarva, what?
Sarva, all, mantra, mantras, Sar.
Sar.
Chief of, headed by. Like Avatara Sara, Gaura Avatara. And so these are the 10 offenses to the holy name, verse by verse, but so hopeful. Verse 11 in English poetry, casting off these 10 offenses, leaving no exception, those pure souls who chant the name in holy congregation, the miracle of love for Krishna they will surely savor. The name divine himself will shine within their hearts forever. So we should try to remember, code word at least to get us started. Vaishnava, number 1, offenses to the name. Number 1, Vaishnava. 2, Vishnu. Number 3, Guru. Number 4, Shastra. Number 5, exaggeration. Number 6, mundane or interpretation. 7 is sin. 8, piety, to consider the same as piety. 9, to preach to the faithless. 10, undue material attachment. Oh dear. Harinama Mahamantra Sarva Mantra Sara. Harinama Mahamantra Sarva Mantra Sara. Manjarira karuna bale jagate prachar. Say nama parayana sadhu mahajana. Tahadera ninda na kori ho kadachana. Brajendra Nandana Krishna Savishvareshvara. Maheshvara Aditara Sevana Tathara. Nama Chintamani Krishna Chaitanya Swarupa. Nama Chintamani Krishna Chaitanya Swarupa. Ambeda Jnana Nakori Belila Guna Rupa. Guru Krishna Rupahan Shastra Pramana. Guru Krishna Rupahan Shastra Pramane. Guru Rupe Krishna Kripa Kore Bhagyavane. Se Guru Te Martya Buddhi Avagyadi Tyaji. Ishtalabha Koro Nirantara Nama Bhaji. Shruti Shruti Matasaha Satvata Purana. Shri Namacharana Padma Kore Nirajana. Say Shruti Shastra Jeva Koraye Nindana. Say Aparadira Sange Koribeva Jana. Name Rama Hima Sava Shastre Te Vakane. Hri Hri Atistuti Heno Kabu Naba Vihamane. Agastya Ananta Brahma Shivadi Satata. Jaina Mahima Gata Sankirtana Rata. Say Nama Mahima Sindhu. Say Nama Mahima Sindhu Ke Paibe Para. Atistuti bole jai se durachara. Krishna nama boli nitya goloke radhana. Krishna nama boli nitya goloke radhana. Kalpita prakrita bhave aparadi janna. Oh dear. Name salva papa kshaya salva shastrikaya. Saradina papa kori se bharasaya. Mata durbudijar se aparadhi. Maya pravanchita dukkha bunje niravadhi. Oh dear again. Atulya Shri Krishna Nama Purna Rasa Nidhi. Thara Samana Bhaviha Shubha Karma Adi. Name Shraddha Hina Janna Vidhata Vanchita. Thare Nama Jane Aparada Sunishita. Shunyao Krishna Nama Mahatmya Apara. Virahita se naradhamachara Alantama mata jarantare bahire Shuddha Krishna nama taraka nahi sure He dasha aparada karya bhajana Jaina janna kare harinam sankirtana Apurva Shri Krishna prema labhyatare hoy Nama Prabhutara Hriday Nitya Vilashay Apurva Shri Krishna Prema Labhyatare Hoya Nama Prabhutara Hriday Nitya Vilashay Oh Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Dayal Nitai Dayal Gaur Dayal Nitai Dayal Gaur Dayal Nitai Dayal Gaur Dayal Nitai Dayal Gaur Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Gaur Premanandi Hari Hari Bol. And just for the sake of revision, because it's good for us, don't run away and be afraid I'm going to ask you anything. It's all good. That is, where's handwriting? Yes. So, the 7 items we went through yesterday, Srila Gurudev's handwritten guidance for the devotees. 1. Read Sri Gita and holy books regularly. And we read some from Gita this morning. 2. Congregational chanting arrangement. 3. Not to criticize anyone. 4. Think seriously
about spiritual life.
Well, think seriously for spiritual life. But there we are. Think seriously for spiritual life. 5.
Don't make any Vaishnava.
Yes, avoid Vaishnava aparat. 5. Avoid Vaishnava aparat. 6.
Be humble.
Follow the 4 regulative principles. Follow the 4 directives. It's in black and white. 7. 3 parts. A, B, C.
Be humble, tolerant, and give honor to others without desiring it.
And then lastly, added. Well, not added.
No wording.
Not with a number, but the whole point is Try to increase faith of others in the line of Mahaprabhu as directed by Śrīla Guru Maharaj. Try to increase faith in others in the line of Mahaprabhu as directed by Śrīla Guru Maharaj. Okay, that's just our revision, and now we're coming to Sri Caitanya-caritāmṛta, because yesterday, as does happen, the first book we read, we don't always make it to the next book. So, yesterday, read from the In Light of the Loving Devotion, and didn't get opportunities to read from Caitanya-caritāmṛta. No, it just naturally happens, because it's not easy. That's why we read from there first, because we've been reading from Caitanya-caritāmṛta and then not able to stop to give the opportunity there. But today, we shall try to increase faith in others in the line of Mahaprabhu as directed by Guru Maharaj, and also today we shall try to read from both Caitanya-caritāmṛta and from Śrīla Guru Maharaj in the light of loving devotion. So let us begin Caitanya-caritāmṛta today. Okay, must be here, I assume. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Advaita Chandra, Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Jaya Shri Chaitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Advaita Chandra, Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
By the way, we do have Jadu Gopal Prabhu of Ireland to thank for tightening, so fixing the head of the tripod so that it works nicely, and for tightening this so it works nicely without flopping about. So, Jadu Gopal Prabhu, we're missing you already. He slipped away yesterday. Well, he tried to slip away, but he got caught.
The chapter takes...
Ādi-līlā, so reading from Sri Caitanya-caritāmṛta, Ādi-līlā, chapter 12, text number 27. Okay, so Gopal was one of the sons of Advaita-acharya, and he fell unconscious during the kirtan, etc. Then everyone completely in anxiety. But Mahaprabhu put his hand on his chest and said, "My dear Gopal, get up and chant the holy name of the Lord." And when Gopal heard this sound and felt the touch of the Lord, Gopal immediately got up, and all the Vaishnavas chanted the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra in jubilation. This is where we ended. So it's discussion about Advaita-acharya, plus, the branches coming from him, and here his sons. So text 27, Jai, first of all, Jai Shri Caitanya-caritāmṛta ki Jai, Jai Srila Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami, the author. And Jai Srila Gurudev ki Jai, Srila Guru Maharaj ki Jai, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai, and Bhagavan Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur ki Jai. So, text 27, Ādi-līlā, chapter 12, text 27. Acharyara Araputra, Sri Balaram, Araputra, another son, Swārupa, Shakha, Jagadisha, Nama. The other sons of Advaita-acharya were Sri Balaram, Swārup, and Jagadish. And because Shakha is branch, so it just, okay, it hasn't put that in the commentary, but Araputra, Swārupa Shakha, Jagadisha Nama. All good? Oh my goodness. Now, if you like more commentary, and this is based on Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur's commentary, well, strong commentary for homework, really is for homework. Hare Krishna, unless you want me to read it. That's pain. Some of these things are painful. They exhibit great foolishness by burning a straw image of Oh my goodness. Thus as Rakshasas and disrespecting the cause of Hari Bhakti Vilas, which is the guide for Vaishnavas. Sometimes, Śrīla Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur says that sometimes these smarter caste Goswamis write books on Vaishnava philosophy or commentaries on the original scriptures. But a pure devotee should cautiously avoid reading them. Oh, it's a strong purport, dear devotees. Stay safely under the umbrella of Gurudev, Guru Maharaj and Srila Prabhupada. That's there, and there's much caution, the danger outside. Okay, next verse, I think. Did I miss anything? Yes, I missed. Next verse. Advaita Acharya's very confidential servant named Kamalakanta Vishwas knew all the dealings of Advaita Acharya. Hare Krishna. Well, short purport and happy. The name Kamalananda, the name Kamalananda mentioned in the Ādi-līlā and the name Kamalakanta here mentioned in the Madhya-līlā both refer to the same man. Okay. Kamalakanta, a very confidential servant of Lord Caitanya Mahaprabhu, born in a Brahmana family, engaged in the service of Sri Advaita Acharya as his secretary. When Paramananda Puri went from Nabadip to Jagannath Puri, he took Kamalakanta Vishwas with him, and they both went to see Lord Chaitanya at Jagannath Puri. It is mentioned in the Madhya-līlā that one of the devotees of Lord Chaitanya, a Brahmana, Kamalakanta, went with Paramananda Puri to Jagannath Puri. Okay, good. All is good. Next verse, so 29. Nila chale te ho eka patrika likhiya prataparudrera pasha dila pataiya. When Kamalakanta Vishwas was in Jagannath Puri, he sent a note through someone to King Prataparudra. Say Patrika, this note, Katha, written there, Acharya nahi jane, kono pake se patri aila prabhustane. No one knew of that note, but somehow or other it reached the hands of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That note established Advaita Acharya as an incarnation of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. But it also mentioned, so okay, all is good. It also mentioned that Advaita Acharya had recently incurred a debt of about 300 rupees that Kamalakanta Vishwas wanted to liquidate. So he's saying he's the Supreme Lord, but he also got into debt. So Lord Chaitanya became very unhappy reading the note, although his face still shone as brightly as the moon. Thus smiling, he spoke. So Mahaprabhu said, Acharya re stapyache karya ishvara ite dosha nahi Acharya devata ishvara. Okay, he has established Advaita Acharya as an incarnation of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. There is nothing wrong with this, for he is indeed the Lord himself. But Ishvarera dainya Kariache Bhiksha Ataiva, therefore Danda Kari Karibe Shiksha, therefore I shall. Danda is a stick, Danda is also chastised. With the stick, without a stick. But he has made but Mahaprabhu is saying, so he's established Advaita Acharya as an incarnation, but he has made the incarnation of Godhead a poverty-stricken beggar. Therefore, I shall punish him. This Kamala Akshar. Is it? what is his name? Kamalakanta. I shall chastise, therefore I shall punish him for his correction. Śrīla Prabhupada so often brings the purports to Mayavad, like very strongly. Because the purport, maybe, let's see how far we read, but Śrīla Prabhupada is saying, to describe a man as an incarnation of God or Narayan, and at the same time present him as poverty-stricken is contradictory, and it is a great offense. Then, the Mayavadi philosophers engage in the missionary work of spoiling the Vedic culture by preaching that everyone is God and describe a poverty-stricken man as Daridra Narayan, a poor Narayan. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu never accepted such foolish and unauthorized ideas. He strictly warned, Mayavadi Bhashya Shunile Hoya Savanasha. We've heard Savanasha from Gurudev. Savanasha, everything spoiled, ruined. Savanash, we hear it from Gurudev. Govinda, Govinda. So anyone who follows the principles of Mayavada philosophy is certainly doomed. Doomed is a good word in English. Doomed, they're doomed. You are doomed. Oh, doomed. And then Śrīla Prabhupada saying, such a fool needs to be reformed by punishment. Such a fool needs to be reformed by punishment. Okay, I'll read the rest of the purport. Although it is contradictory to say that the Supreme Personality of Godhead or his incarnation is poverty-stricken, we find in the revealed scriptures that when the Lord incarnated as Vamana, good point, he begged some land from Maharaj Bali. Everyone knows, however, that Vamanadev was not at all poverty-stricken. His begging from Bali Maharaj was a device to favor Bali Maharaj. When Maharaj Bali actually gave the land, Vamanadev exhibited his all-powerful position by covering the 3 worlds with 3 steps. One should not accept the so-called Daridra Narayans as incarnations because they are completely unable to show the opulence of the genuine incarnations of God. Hare Krishna. Maybe somebody could bring a glass of water before I have to pass the book to somebody else. Because on our talk the other day, I kept on going.
Something in the air.
We are in the air. Are you in a vacuum? Have you got a vacuum around you? Sorry, dear devotees. Govindera Ādi-līlā Iha aji hoite baulia vishvasayeta nadibhyasite. From today on, do not let that baulia kamalakanta vishvas come to me. Just see. So, he's banned him, he's barred him from coming. So this is Mahaprabhu. Remember, he's speaking with a sweet smile on his moon-like radiant face. So he told Govinda, his servant, he said, from today on, do not allow that Baulia Kamalakanta Vishvas to come here. Thank you very much. My throat says thank you. I will speak on its behalf. Oh, well, it's speaking itself. Okay. The Baulias, this is the purport, the Baulias or Bauls are one of the 13 unauthorized sects that pass as followers of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. By the way, this is 13 upper sampradayas, giving wrong news, sampradayas, which were mentioned then. And Gurudev, Srila Govinda Maharaj said, but by now, after all of this time, by now there are so many, many more than 13. Everywhere we find Appasiddhanta going on. So thus the Lord ordered Govinda, who is his personal servant, not to allow Kamalakanta Vishwas to come in his presence, Mahaprabhu's presence, because Kamalakanta had become a Bauliya. Thus, although the Baula Sampradaya, Aula Sampradaya, and Sahajya Sampradaya, as well as the Smartas, Jatagosais, Adi-Baris, Chura-dharis, and Gauranga Nagaris, thus they all claim to belong to the disciplic succession of Mahaprabhu. That despite that, the Lord actually rejected them. They may claim anything, but the Lord rejected them. Then Danda Shuni, when Kamalakanta Vishwasa heard about his punishment by Mahaprabhu, he was very much unhappy. But when Advaita Prabhu heard about it, he was greatly pleased. Just see the Lord and his devotees. Danda Shuni Vishwasa Hoila Parama Dukila. No, Dukita maybe. Make it a bit bigger. Dukita. Parama, we know about Parama, Ananda. Extremely happy, extremely Ananda. But Parama Dukita, extremely unhappy. So Danda, punishment. Shuni Vishvasha Hoila. Parama Dukita. Shunya Prabhura Danda Acharya Hashita. Advaita Acharya, when he heard it, he was very happy. Do we read the purport or do we go on to the next verse? Because we want to know why. We read some Bhagavad Gita this morning, and here in the purport, Srila Prabhupada beginning with, in Bhagavad Gita, the Lord says, Samohang savabhuteshu name dveshyo sti na priyaha. I envy no one, nor am I partial to anyone. I am equal to all. So the Supreme Lord being equal to everyone, no one can be his enemy, nor can anyone be his friend. Seeing everyone is a part or son of the Son, S-O-N, not sun in the sky, of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the Lord cannot partially regard someone as a friend and someone as an enemy. Thus, when Lord Mahaprabhu, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, punished Kamalakanta by no longer allowing him to come to his presence, although the punishment was actually very hard on him, Sri Advaita Prabhu, understanding the inner meaning of such punishment, was happy because he appreciated that the Lord had actually favored Kamalakanta Vishwas. Therefore, Advaita Acharya was not at all unhappy. Devotees should always be happy with all the dealings of their master, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. A devotee may be put into difficulty or opulence, but he should accept both as gifts of the Supreme Personality of Godhead and jubilantly engage in the service of the Lord in all circumstances. Thank you, Srila Prabhupada. Next verse 38. Vishvashere kohe. So Kamalakanta Vishwas said, to me boro bhagya. Oh no. Vishvashere, to him. So Advaita Acharya said to him, to Vishvasha. No, Kamalakanta Vishvasa. So Advaita Acharya said to him, to me boro bhagyavan. You are greatly fortunate. To me boro bhagyavan. Tomare korilla danda Prabhu Bhagavan. To you, you have been chastised by the Supreme Lord. Okay, purport. This is an authoritative judgment by Sri Advaita Acharya. He clearly advises that one should not be unhappy when reverses come upon him by the order of the Supreme Lord. A devotee should always be happy to receive the fortune awarded him by the Supreme Lord, which seems pleasant or unpleasant according to one's judgment. Okay, next verse. Purve Mahaprabhu more korina samana dukkha pai mane ami kailun anumana. So, this is Advaita Acharya still speaking to Kamala Kanta Vishvasa, saying, formerly, previously, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu always respected me, Advaita Acharya, as his senior, because he was older. And I heard from Chaitanya Bhagavat, maybe yesterday, how Advaita Acharya was running his fingers through his beard. Running his fingers through his beard. But you know, Gurudev said, I am thinking Advaita Acharya was bald. But I saw he had beard. But he's always shown with like long white hair, long beard. But long white beard, the Guru said, I'm thinking he was bald. But then I heard he's running his fingers through his beard when he was thinking, he was considering something, running his fingers through his beard. In the sister book, Chaitanya Bhagavat. So formerly, previously, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu always respected me as his senior. But I did not like such respect. Therefore, my mind being afflicted by unhappiness, I made a plan. Thus I expounded the Yoga Vasishta, which considers liberation to be the ultimate goal of life. Because of this, the Lord became angry at me and treated me with apparent disrespect. Next, quickly. When chastised by Lord Chaitanya, I was very happy to receive a punishment similar to that awarded to Sri Mukunda. Okay, purport. Sri Mukunda, a great friend and associate of Mahaprabhu, used to visit many places where people were against the Vaishnava cult. When Mahaprabhu came to know of this, he punished Mukunda for forbidding him to see Mahaprabhu again. Although Mahaprabhu was soft like a flower, he was also strict like a thunderbolt, and everyone was afraid to allow Mukunda to come again into the presence of Mahaprabhu. Mukunda, therefore, being very sorry, asked his other friends whether he would one day be allowed to see Mahaprabhu. When the devotees brought this inquiry to Lord Chaitanya, then the Lord replied, Mukunda will get permission to see me after many millions of years. Many millions of years. And when they gave this information to Mukunda, Mukunda danced with jubilation. And when Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu heard that Mukunda was so patiently waiting to meet him after millions of years, he immediately asked him to return. So when Mahaprabhu saw that, I'm going to see him, I go through millions of years, no problem. There is a statement about this punishment of Mukunda in the Chaitanya Bhagavat, Ādi-līlā 10th chapter. Okay. See, many times, Srila Prabhupada, this case, and Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj, sending us to Chaitanya Bhagavat. Oh, where's Sachi-Devi? A similar punishment was awarded to Mother Sachi-Devi. Would you like to tell us about it? Mm-hmm. She's behind the camera, Sachi-Devi, Dasi is behind the camera. Then Advaita Acharya is saying, a similar punishment was awarded to Mother Shachi Devi. Who could be more fortunate than she to receive such punishment? And I'll give the purport. It's very short, but probably we're all thinking, Mother Sachi getting a punishment from her son. So purport, Mother Sachi Devi was similarly punished as mentioned in Sri Chaitanya Bhagavatam, Ādi-līlā, chapter 22. Mother Sachi Devi, apparently showing her feminine nature, accused Advaita Acharya of encouraging her son to become a sannyasi. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, taking this accusation as an offense, asked Sachi Devi to touch the lotus feet of Advaita Acharya to mitigate the offense she had supposedly committed. And this is in relation to Vishvarup, Mahaprabhu's brother, who took sannyas and left from home, and Mother Sachi, for outward showing, showed that people understood that she was accusing Advaita Acharya. You brainwashed my son to take sannyas. Now I'm without my dear, dear son. Anyhow, next verse. After pacifying Kamalakanta Vishwas in this way, Sri Advaita Acharya Prabhu went to see Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. The thing is, it's going to continue. So anyway, this is the position right now. So now Advaita Acharya is going to see Mahaprabhu, and then we can understand there will be a good result. In the meantime, Kamala Kanta Vishwas is in some definite anxiety. But Advaita Acharya is going to see Mahaprabhu, so let's hear the relief tomorrow. What happens tomorrow? So that'll be 43 tomorrow. Last verse today, first verse tomorrow. After pacifying Kamalakanta Vishwas in this way, Sri Advaita Acharya Prabhu went to see Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Let's find out what happens. Demane, tomorrow. Sorry, give you a bump on the head at home. Okay. All right. So, in former times, people had door keys. Now, you have a code to get in, don't we? But the next chapter in the book, in Light of Loving Devotion, is Key to the House of Transformation. And in the Govindaji temple in Jaipur, yesterday we were with the devotees of Punjab. Not Punjab. What's the... Jaipur is in?
Rajasthan.
Rajasthan. What? Rajasthan. Yeah, Rajasthan. And anyway, in the Govindaji temple, they have this kind of ceremony every morning for opening the deities, and they come with a big key. A key to open the door. But then everyone gets... Even they know, the local people all know, you're not going to actually get darshan right then, because there's one lock, another lock, open the door, then there's a curtain, then there's another curtain, and then you're going to get Govindaji. But as they come with a key to open the lock, Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopal Jaya Jaya. Anyway, Key to the House of Transformation in the book, In the Light of Loving Devotion, In the Light of Loving Devotion, Ki Jai, and Śrīla Guru Mahārāja, Śrīla Bhakti Rokop, Śrīla Deva Swāmī Mahārāja, Ki Jai, his book. And here, hope for the helpless. We don't hear hope for the hopeless, but hope for the helpless here. So Jai Śrīla Guru Mahārāja. So in general, what is necessary for us is that our energy may not be utilized against our own development, against our own interest. I read this too. We read this here? in the morning program? No? Okay, I read it very recently. Our energy must not be used against ourselves, against the ideal life, the original life, the normal life that we have within us. So we have energy, but we must not use it against ourselves. We must be careful not to be our own enemy. Generally, we are our own enemy because we are living with the enemy inside. Then you're thinking, what? Yes. Lust, anger, greed, madness, illusion, envy, kama, krodha, lobha, moha, mada, matsarja. We are constantly living with these enemies within. We are surrounded by them always, whether we are sleeping, moving about, working, or eating. They are within us. Our position is so helpless. We are prey, P-R-E-Y. We are prey to all these enemies who are living within us. Prey. Anyway, you pray. We are like...
Potential victims.
What?
Potential victims?
Ah, yes. I was trying to explain it for the non-native English speakers, but you have given good explanation. We are the potential victim. We are prey to all these enemies who are living within us, sucking our very blood and going against our own interest. Such a hopeless condition we are in at present. But we don't stop reading there, because it's not just hopeless. So in this condition, only with the help of our friends can we get relief. So we shall always try to be with our friends. Okay? And who are our friends? Those who are trying for a normal life, they are our friends. They are the devotees. And our internal prayer to the Lord will be fervent, sincere, that please save me from the hands of all these enemies. I am helpless. I have no independence, but I am a doll, a play doll in their hands. And this is my hopeless position. How am I to get out of their clutches, my Lord? You are my inner Lord. You are inside me. And they are outside. So we have to see the perspective from the way Guru Maharaj is describing everything. Please help me from within to get out of their hands. Then Guru Maharaj is saying, the wealth, the prospect is inside us. And when we are free from the clutches of these enemies, we shall be able to see that everything is our friend. We are living in the midst of friends. The whole environment will be changed, transformed, and we will see that it is all friendly to us. One word, hyphen, all friendly. We will see that it is all friendly to us. Little bit more. In a dream, we may see that we are surrounded by enemies, but that is a misconception. We are suffering from misconception. We are surrounded by friends, but because there is something wrong with me, I am only able to see enemies everywhere. That is Maya. Misunderstanding. To think they are all enemies. Their position as enemy is an imaginary position due to wrong thinking within ourselves. And when that is corrected, then that wrong conception that Mayic misunderstanding will vanish. So when I correct myself, the misunderstanding will vanish. That false personification of all as our enemy will go, and they will turn to be our friends. When all misconceived ideas will leave us, even the karma, the lust, not karma, but karma, krodh, lobha, which are tempting us for exploitation, even they will be our friends. We shall see, oh, they are exciting me for the service of Krishna. If there is a kind of food I like very much, that is very tasteful to my tongue, so Guru Maharaj is saying, if there is a kind of food I like very much, that is very tasteful to my tongue, at that time I will think, Mahaprabhu likes this very much. So with this food I shall try to serve him. Or if a girl is very beautiful and she is attracting me, I shall think, oh, this girl is so beautiful. She will be very valuable in the service of Krishna. In this way, self-interest will leave. It will be transformed into God interest, Krishna interest. It will be for his enjoyment. Everything will be Krishna connected, and through that satisfaction will come to me, that I have served Krishna with this, I am satisfied. And that is a different line of satisfaction. Satisfaction by supplying different things to the center, to Krishna. Nothing is useless, but everything is useful when it is utilized for the proper purpose, for the center of all existence, for, missing word beginning with K, for Krishna. That center knows what is the proper utility of everything. Okay? We'll start here. Just checking. You know who is the center of everything. Word beginning with K. Okay, so we're going to start here tomorrow. I can't ask you at home or in your car, but I can ask them in here. All right. So that's our reading. Jai in the light of loving devotion. Ki Jai.
It's a nice way of looking at things.
What is? Using everything for the center. You think it's a nice way. You agree with Guru Maharaj. I'm happy.
Hope for the helpless.
I'm so happy. Hope for the helpless.
It gives you hope, yeah, it does.
Hare Krishna. When will that day come when really we can think like this? But you see, we're being given how to think properly, what to do properly. In all of our schooling, all of our time, in education, we're never taught things like this at all. So we are very fortunate that finally in our life we stumble across in our journey this school.
What did Guru Maharaj say about dream?
About drain?
Dreaming.
Dreaming. In a dream we may see that we are surrounded by enemies, but that is a misconception. We are suffering from misconception. We are surrounded by friends. But because there is something wrong within me, I am only able to see enemies everywhere in our dreaming. So we have to wake up, get out of bed, and see everything in the right light, the light of loving devotion. Jai. Śrīla Guru Maharāja ki jai, Śrīla Gurudev ki jai.
Guru Maharaj said something like earnest prayer to the Lord too, because it's a completely internal journey, right?
He said something.
Way. And Guru Maharaj said urgent prayer to the Lord to help us with this.
He used some quite strong words also. Earnest.
And longing, the hankering.
Our internal prayer to the Lord will be fervent, sincere. And fervent is like a strong emphasis. Be fervent, with full kind of energy. So what will our prayer be?
Fervent prayer to the Lord.
Our fervent prayer, Guru Maharaj saying?
Help me.
Yes, please save me, help me. Please save me from the hands of these enemies. But this is when referring to lust, greed, anger. But then coming to say how they're not really our enemies. They just have to be used properly. Please help me from the hands of these enemies. I am helpless. I have no independence, but I am a doll, a plaything in their hands. This is my hopeless position. How am I to get out of their clutches, my Lord? You are my inner Lord. You are inside me. You are inside me, and they are outside. Please help me from within to get out of their hands. Then Guru Maharaj said, the wealth, the prospect is inside us. And when we are free from the clutches of these enemies, we shall be able to see that everything is our friend. We are living in the midst of friends. The whole environment will be changed, transformed. And we'll see that it is all friendly to us. And then Guru Maharaj showing these examples. Okay.
Maharaj, did you say that good fortune was Bhagyavan?
Bhagyavan is good fortune. Bhagyavan Ajiva, a soul with good fortune, wandering within the universes, comes in contact with the sadhu. And we had that Bhagyavan, but we had somewhere, I'm not sure where it is. Caitanya-caritāmṛta, yes. Greatly fortunate to be chastised, you also see that? Or you can think, oh, that's terrible, but the right way of viewing, then you say, oh, very happy. Yes?
Guru Maharaj says, when we're free from the clutches of these enemies, then we can see them as friends. But what if we're not free from those clutches of the enemies yet?
Then
we see them as friends to
practice to see them as friends.
To help us.
Well, if we use them the right way, if we utilize them in their enemy capacity and pretend that's being friendly, that's, we can say, insincerity, isn't it? If we think of the examples. So it must be... Huh?
Can you pick that one?
Yes, if Śrīla Guru Maharaj is saying how to use these apparent enemies to make them into our friends, and so that we'll see them as friends. And he's saying the women, they'll be the beautiful girls, they'll be for Krishna, and some very tasty food, and we'll offer this to the Lord, to Mahaprabhu. So you could say tasty things in this world, which come under calm, low, and all these other things, then we're offering them to the Lord, not for ourselves. But if we are doing, for ourselves everything, then we shouldn't be, I think it's pretending if we say, oh, this is, I see as a friend because I'm gratifying my own senses, my own eating, my own this. So we must do everything in the proper way and know the ideal and try for that, not just know it. And when Krishna sends examples to us, then we remember and we do properly. Follow in the footsteps of the great acharyas, previous acharyas, those who shown the way. 6 items that are favourable for devotional service. Hare Krishna. Enthusiasm, confidence, patience, Then not talking any nonsense. No?
Not criticizing?
No, what's number 4? To engage in the principles of devotional service. 5 is to resolve to abandon the association of non-devotees. And 6 is to follow in the footsteps of the acharyas. The 6 favorable items. And then there are 6 items of surrender, the 6 branches of surrender, which are a little different. To avoid the things which will destroy your service, to embrace the things which will give your service, to embrace the Lord's guardianship, then full
protection.
Faith in the Lord's protection,
Confidence.
full self-surrender, and humility. I think I got it right. And then the 6 items which are harmful, which will harm our devotional service, are
Overeating and over-endeavoring.
overeating or over-collecting, and then over-endeavoring for mundane things, talking non-devotional, non-Krishna-centered things, prajalpa, and then following rules and regulations for the sake of following them, or neglecting them and acting whimsically.
But that's really difficult for me.
No, it's not. Because we don't have that kind of vidhi that in India you're brought up with. Many people we see, they have to do something every day, and it's out of almost superstition rather than
Love.
devotion. Love.
Fear, maybe fear.
Out of fear too.
I think bad fortune.
But-
Out of fear.
But you
maybe.
do it because your Guru says to follow.
Yes, but he tells us practical things to follow. So that's not the same as a list of 55 things you have to do each morning. Anyway, and then number 5 is, that'll damage our life, is keeping company of the non-devotees. And the last one is,
big.
what?
Well, that's a vast subject matter.
Of course. And then number 6 is keep maintaining hankering. You don't have something, but you're looking, and you wish you had that, Looking at the big houses in Ealing. We went to Ealing. They're not even big houses, but apparently very rich people live there. What? The houses are for Krishna. I don't think Krishna would want to live in such a small house for himself, but still. Oh well, he'll live in a small deity in the house. It's okay.
Krishna service.
Okay, dear devotees, Hari Haraya Nama Krishna. And there's nobody quiet in this room. Everyone's making some noise. Well, I know, but she's behind the camera.
Anna Krishna.
Secretly, she's behind the camera. Are you happy to sing? You're happy? Okay. Sometimes I told, don't mention Anna Krishna. She likes to be invisible. So Hari Haraya Nama Krishna. She likes to be quiet too. Yeah, Madhavaya, Madhavaya.
Jai.
Jai Śrīla Prabhupada ki jai. Rupa Prabhupada ki jai. Jai Shri Chaitanya Saraswati Mata ki jai. Jai Shri Chaitanya Saraswati Mata Vrinda ki jai. Hari Nam Sankirtan ki jai. Jai Śrīla Bhakti Madhusūdan